What's up, everybody? This is your girl Jams from WJMS Radio. I am joined here by Pascal Moise from Lakay Multi-Services and my beautiful co-host Kristen Nye. We are here for the Inside Brooklyn podcast. We took a little bit of a hiatus, but we are back and we are better than ever. I'm so excited to talk to these folks. First of all, tax season is coming, and this gentleman right here is going to get you guys all hooked up for everything that you need. Shout out to the people that sponsor this podcast, Trendy Tripping and Joanne Briere. Thank you guys so much. And let's jump into it. So, first of all, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your flexibility and your ability.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so, all right. I know you have Lakay Multi-Services, but you also do taxes. So, I want to really talk about this tax situation because Brooklyn Commons is full of entrepreneurs, business owners, movers and shakers. And when that tax season comes around, I think all of us feel a little bit like totally clueless as to whether or not we're getting the right return back, whether or not we're putting the information in correctly. And then we got the gentleman in the White House who is changing all these tax rules and things fairly regularly. So can you tell us a little bit, number one, about how long you've been doing taxes and stuff like that, and just how you got your start in all of this?
Well, my name is Pascal Moise, and I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Lakay Multi-Services. Lakay Multi-Services, Lakay is a Creole word meaning home. So I wanted to, when people come to do the taxes, I want them to feel the comfort of their home. So I want them to feel relaxed, and I don't want to be like the type of accountant that just be straightforward. Yep. So I want them to relax, and I want them to have a good relationship with me.
And I've been in his office. He has fuzzy chairs. It's very comfortable.
Oh yes.
It does feel like home.
And during,
I wanted some tea and a good book.
Funny how during taxes, and sometimes it depends what time I feed my clientele. Sometimes they call me, we chat.
So we can get a meal while we do this taxes.
Then I do your taxes. So, I've been doing it for over 15 years. Next year is going to be my 16 years.
Wow.
I started very young. The reason why I started, number one, when I was 18 years old, I couldn't go to college because my father claimed me his income tax. As a result of that, my stepmother refused to give me my father tax return paper, which he claimed me. The school told me that if I'm under 24 years old, I'm not independent. So therefore, whoever claims me, I have to show their tax return.
Send that information.
For some reason, I couldn't provide that. And my father, he was not educated enough, so he assumed that I was going to take out a loan for me to go to school, which financial aid asked me for a copy of his return. And I've also heard people that have a problem where other people take advantage of them and they take their money, so I said to myself, you know what, I want to change that. And I went to school for marketing/accounting, so I was pretty good in math. And then I took the course at H&R Black when I was about 19 years old. And I worked for a company for over a decade. And also, I went back to school to get my degree in accounting, and ever since then, it's been a life changing, and I've helped over 10,000 clientele helping their return, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and to be honest with you, there are so many people out there that are taking advantage of the poor people, believe it or not, and because they don't know the tax law, and also a lot of self-employed that wants to start a business, they don't know how to start the business in terms of taxation. So my job is to make life easy for you. With me, I like tax is my life. I sleep, I eat taxes, and it's funny.
You don't hear that every day.
It sounds really malnourished.
I literally study the tax code just for fun. And
This is the guy. This is your guy.
Yeah, you're one of the guys that eats, sleeps, and breathes taxes.
That's what I do. Like this is my life. Like I've never spent a day in my life without reading about taxes. Like to me, it's fun. Like this during taxes, and I work about 16, 17 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
And it's my passion. That's what I love to do. So it works out that way.
Is the rumor true that folks that do like tax preparation as their main job, like you guys really only work a couple of months out of the year, and the rest of the year you're
we work about, to be honest with you, we work about a good 7 weeks.
Like total? Out of 52 weeks you work 7?
We work hard for 7 weeks because from end of January, that's when things get really busy until end of March.
Yeah.
And then before the deadline, which is the week before April 15th, we get busy. And after that, that's it. We just work hard. We work a lot of hours.
Yeah.
and then pretty much make our money for the entire year.
So then what happens? Like, so what? Like, wait a minute. It's like,
So then you go on a Caribbean vacation
Yeah.
for 11 months?
I travel a lot, but people don't realize that for me, tax season is always year round because
yeah.
after tax season, like if you have a business, you have to help your clientele. You have to be there for your clientele. Certain company, big company, you know, after tax season, they know where to be found. They close their offices, and certain tax preparer, they go out on vacation. Like with me, I always leave my office open. I'm always there for my clientele, just in case if they have a problem with the IRS, I could be there for them.
Yeah.
So, you know, all year round, and also always targeting all the new clientele. So, you know, it's only 3 months, but you work for the entire, because, you know, in terms of business, you have to market yourself. You always do marketing. I'm always doing marketing no matter what. And the type of marketing that I do it's crazy. Like, people think that I'm crazy, but, you know, being an entrepreneur, you have to be crazy sometimes, but it's worth it, you know?
Yeah, I bet. So, I mean, in terms of the tax code, so many things have changed, you know, in the last however many years, and things are constantly changing. So for you, what's been some of the hardest things for you to stay on top of in terms of the tax code? Is there anything that you struggle with?
The hardest thing for me is for the, you know, the middle class people that makes about 40, you know, 50, 60, $200,000. They changed the tax code last year where there's certain itemized deduction that they don't allow anymore.
Yeah.
So that really hurt a lot of people. But you also have to understand that the tax code were created strictly for business owner. So the people that create the tax code is for their own advantage. So I always tell people, if you want to take advantage of the tax code, the best thing for you to do, you have to start your business. Because when you work for a company, they take federal tax, they take Social Security tax, they take Medicare tax.
Yeah.
Depends on the state, they take New York City, New York local tax. So on top of your paycheck, you have to pay 5 different taxes.
Yeah.
On the other hand, when you self-employed, you get a 1099, you don't pay any taxes. You pay taxes after you get your money. But a lot of self-employed people, they receive a 1099, but they don't conduct themselves as a business owner. So they lost out a lot in terms of certain deduction that they can deduct during tax season.
Yeah, I know before the podcast, you and I were chatting about that. You've been a business owner for over a decade, but as an entrepreneur myself, I'd love to know some of the pitfalls that you've seen newer growing business owners fall into in terms of their taxes. Like you said, tell me more about conducting yourself like a business. And what that means.
Through my experience, if you want to conduct yourself as a business, the moment that you have an idea and you start your business, the first thing you need to do, you have to incorporate your business. You have to register your business. You have to get an EIN number. The EIN number is free online to irs.gov. And you know, you can create a DBA doing business as. If you want to protect your assets through your business, you can open up an LLC, limited liability company, or S corporation and C corporation. But DBA is the cheapest way, and the good thing about it, when you have a business name, when you register your business, you can actually go to the bank and open up a business account where you can separate your assets, your personal assets with your business assets. And also, if you want to get a loans in the future, you have to have a track record to show them exactly this is my business. And certain customers, they prefer to do business with people that have a business name and they can trust you more. So, and if you want to have employees, you want to hire people that works for you, you could pay somebody, and then when you file your tax, you have a track record of your expenses. So when you file your tax at the end of the year, just in case if the IRS audits you, you can have that has your expenses where you know that your business is legit, and you go, and everything is tax deductible. Like a lot of during taxes, and I've seen entrepreneurs that there's certain things that they don't know that's tax deductible, and a lot of little things that you don't know of is tax deductible. So you know, you going out to eat with your friends. Depends, you know, if you see someone that you talk to.
Hey man, it's business.
It's business.
I find a way to talk business at every meal.
I think we all do that anyway, right?
It's a way for marketing. Like everything to me is tax deductible as long as it's necessary and ordinary for your business. But it has to make sense.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people that get audited. The stuff that they put in their tax has a business expense. I'm like, look, man. This is not gonna work,
Yeah.
baby diapers, that's
Not
not a big.
So the sweaters I buy for my dog, are those tax deductible
Not
or?
unless you get a dog.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately,
I just need to know.
unfortunately, no. However, if your dog,
What if it had my logo on it?
if your dog help you in terms of your health, it's tax deductible.
Oh, so like an emotional support dog.
Well, if you have this, if you have the proof, then that's tax deductible.
See, this is why we need to talk to
As
this
long
man.
as-
He knows.
I'm in your phone number and your card.
As long as it makes sense,
Yeah.
you can do it. And I also see people that comes to me too, they quit their job because they want to be in entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Some people they just better just do 9 to 5 and go home.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people assume that being self-employed, you're gonna have that free times, you're gonna have a luxury lifestyle. No.
What is that phrase you said earlier about how it's difficult to get money and then it's easy?
Well, like I was
I liked what you
talking about,
said, but I don't remember it.
Money is free
Oh, there we go.
and money is expensive.
Okay.
Money is free if you know how to grab it. Money is expensive if you don't know how to grab it. And every time I go outside, I've seen a lot of free money. People just don't know how to grab it. Whatever that you do, you could,
Like him.
whatever that you do, you can master it.
Yeah.
Last year, I had experience where I put an ad, and I was looking for a few tax preparers to, work with me during taxes, and it's unfortunate to say I had about 100 resumes, and some of those people they have their master's degree, they have their PhD, and some of them I had to encourage them. I said, look, first of all, if you have your master, you have a PhD, you must be good at something. I said, why you don't have a job? They're like, well, the market is sucks, I can't find a job. I said, no, you could make a lot of money. I encourage this guy. I said, look, tell me what subject you're good at. He's like, well, English is my favorite subject. I said, well, you know what? That's not my favorite subject when I was in school. So math is my favorite subject. So in life, we all have a strength and we all have a weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Whatever that is your strength, you have to use that to make money. Okay? And I don't judge people. Like whatever that you do, like I have to tell my female friends, if you're a gold digger and that's what you could do to make money, hey, who am I to judge?
Be the
you?
best gold digger there is.
Teach me your ways and
Yeah.
Use it and to make money.
Yeah.
So I told them that, look, here's what you have to do. If you're good at English, why don't you just create a website and teach kids, be a tutor, be an English tutor, and believe me, in 6 months you will not regret it. He actually listened to my advice. The guy's making about $5,000 a month just doing tutoring.
That's great.
Because
Wow.
some parents are lazy.
Yeah.
We rather pay, because sometimes we try people for laziness.
Mm-hmm.
And parents don't want to deal with that sometimes. So they rather pay someone to deal with the kids for them. So he's booked up, especially during regions before school.
Yep.
Kids have to take the exam. He's booked up. So I tell people, no matter what you do, whatever that you can do, you're good at it. You do hair, hey, master it. You're a mechanic, master it. But
Yeah.
people sometimes they want to do 5 different things at once.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's okay to find one good thing. Like with me,
You're good at taxes.
taxes, that's what I master. Taxation, I've been doing it, I master it, and that's how I make my money.
Well, what you told me is that you have another talent. You said you started selling T-shirts when you were 10, right? So
When I was,
You're a master of that
I grew
as
up
well.
back in Haiti. I grew
Yeah.
up in Haiti. My dad and my mother, they were very poor. And my father came here, so when he came, he was an immigrant, he was undocumented. So he couldn't come to Haiti. So I didn't know my dad until I was 14 years old. And my mother used to live in a small town called Lakay.
Mm-hmm.
So my father told my dad, my father told my mom that he wants me to be at my grandmother's house. So I went there to live with my stepmother. And when I went there, it was a life-changing for me. Because imagine sometimes, living with your stepmother and my grandmother, I didn't know them. So
Yeah.
I was like the ad kids that come in a family. So it was very, very difficult for me. But in Haiti, if every month you have to pay a fee for your school tuition, and if you don't pay that, they literally call you out of your class and kick you out.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I used to be upset because every month, sometimes my father don't have the fund to send for my grandma to pay for my school tuition. So now I had to learn a new way. I said, you know what? This is it for me. So what I've learned when I was 10 years old, I went to a bakery store at first. I told them that I want to work. They said, you're too young. They cursed me out. So what I did after school, at 5 o'clock, I go there. I started wiping the plate for them for free, just so I could get a piece of bread to eat at nighttime. And after a while, he offered me a job where he gave me like 15 good, which is maybe at that time maybe like I was maybe 75 cents or $1 US. And then that money, what I do with it, I used to purchase clothes.
Okay.
And then I would sell it to some of my peers. And I used to rent bicycle for like five good, which is $1. And I go to a park, I rented all the kids. So I started making money to pay my own school tuition at the age of 10 and feed my family.
That's pretty good.
So when I came here, and then my father took me to a store called Bobby and Church Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So he bought me a Sega sneaker and a bus pen. So when I used to go to school, kids were making fun of me, like, oh my God, what kind of sneakers that they're making fun of me? So I'm like, I don't know. So I went to a spot, a friend of mine took me to a spot called Chinatown, and I don't know if you heard about 28th Street.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to go there and get some knockoff clothes.
Yeah, it look real, but they're not.
Yes.
Fake it till you make it.
The first time I got there, the moment that I see the clothes, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a killing with that.
Yeah.
So what I did, I spent $200. I spent $200. I purchased clothes. And what I used to do when I was in high school, South York High School, I used to sell clothes in the back of the office. And the weekend, from Friday, Saturday, everybody's calling me left to right. Pascal, I need an outfit, I need an outfit. So in the week, I used to make about $2,000.
What?
Just
in high school?
Yes.
That's insane.
I used to make $2,000. But with me, I never used to live a lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
I did it because I wanted to help my family back home.
Yeah.
And thank God that because of that, I brought all my family to the United States.
That's amazing.
I brought all my family to the United States, and then my business is doing well.
Good.
And like I always tell people, when you take your street smart, you mix that with your book smart, you unstoppable.
I love that.
I could sell anything. And when you're in business, you have to learn how to sell. Like that's what's more important. You have to learn how to sell, and also your image is everything. And also you have to learn everything in your business. You have to learn technical skills.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a leadership. You have to be a teamwork.
Yep.
You have to know how to create partnerships. So being entrepreneurship is not something that's very simple. It's something it takes time, but it's a blessing because it's something that you create for yourself.
Okay.
And it's
I think
something
you should create a manifesto or something with all these
it's
tips.
something that you could pass on to generation after generation. There's all the loopholes that I know, like how to survive in this country where there's a lot of stuff that they're not telling you. And there's certain things that I think they don't teach you in college.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure.
And there's so many things that you could learn in this country to make money, to be successful, but it's just that people don't know how.
Well, I think the next step is for people to reach out to you and get your tax services. So where can people find you and follow you to get a hold of you for your services?
Well, they can follow me on IG, Brooklyn Tax Actor 1, at Brooklyn Tax Actor 1,
Okay.
or they can call my office number, which is 347-363-6286, or they can reach out to me to my cell phone, which is 347-938-1886. During tax season, I work 7 days a week. If I have to sleep here, believe it or not,
All right.
So,
Well,
that's
listen,
it.
Pascal, it's been an absolute pleasure. In just
Thank
a short
you.
15 minutes, I feel like I've learned so much from you, and I can't wait to come and see you
Well,
and get my taxes done.
like Arnold always said, I'll be back.
Yes. You'll definitely see me again, that's for sure.
All right.
I appreciate it.
All
Thank you
right.
for being with us
Thanks a lot. Always a pleasure.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Thank you guys for
Thank you.
tuning in to Inside Brooklyn, where we highlight some of Brooklyn's finest entrepreneurs, business owners, and movers and shakers. Some of whom are working right here in the Brooklyn Commons, others who are out in the field and out maybe in your backyard and you don't even know about it. For Inside Brooklyn, this is your girl Jams, joined with my co-host Kristen Nye. Shout out to Trendy Tripping for sponsoring the podcast. We'll see you guys next episode right here on Inside BKC.